everybody, and welcome back to the New Nasty Boys. I'm your co-host this morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you decide to listen to this thing, Billy DeVore, and sitting next to me as always is...
Chris Weir.
I'm
right here, baby.
He's in it to win it. We're both here to win it because the Reds are winning. It's all they do is win. And we're coming to you on a Monday morning?
Yeah, coming in hot, baby.
Whoa! Switching it up because Tuesday... Freedom's birthday.
Absolutely.
So, we got to get all this Reds content in before they hit the road, go to Washington. And then Tuesday, I believe they play at like 11:35. Yeah, 11:05 in the morning. Yeah,
so we got to blast off before you guys blast off here.
Dude, I saw a meme. Well, Alicia sent it to me. It's a meme. It's like, there's people right now who don't know that in 2 days they're going to be missing fingers.
Oh, yeah. That's wild. There's going to be like a handful of people, choice of word, that don't realize this will be the infamous year that they have to tell all their grandchildren about.
They have to be like, it was 2023. I was lighting off a Roman candle.
This is where I got my name, Snubs McGee.
Oh, man. Are you excited at all?
For the 4th?
Yeah.
I mean, all right. I don't got anything really planned. I think like a handful of years past when we had a mutual friend that used to have a 4th of July party every year. Yeah. That used to be a real hot blast, but it's been a minute.
Hey, hot blast.
Yeah, I'll blast you.
Another one. Hey, yeah, dude, I was thinking about it. I was like, I haven't really made 4th plans since the pandy. I just don't care.
Yeah, before we used to have this friend used to have a lot of people over, a nice pool party, bunch of dudes, shirts off, running around, whirlpool action. Oh, yeah. It was happening.
Oh, spiking volleyballs, going down water slides, hitting people going down the water slides.
Oh, absolutely. Dad bods all around. It was great. Ribs galore.
Ribs and stretch marks for days.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't really have like any solid plans.
I don't either. I know that Liberty's down the street from me is having a hot dog eating contest.
You gonna go there, be a ringer?
I think so. I think I'm just gonna, I'll be the shark. I'll be like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, you get up there, eat your portion, start going down the table.
Yeah.
Sucking up everybody else's.
Yeah. They just go to town, take everyone's cash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think that's my move.
I can see that.
Yeah. So I don't know. That might be the move. We did get a new flag for 4th of July.
What'd you get?
It's the, you got the stars and stripes.
Right.
But then where the stars are, it is a bloomin' onion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Australian flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we were waving that at the FCC game in the Bailey.
Oh, baby.
And 95% of people were thrilled about it.
There's another 5% that weren't feeling it?
They weren't. They're like, I can't see. And I'm like, well, you're in a space that is all about waving flags. So we have a bloomin' onion one.
Yeah.
Did we start a bloomin' onion chant?
Yes.
Absolutely.
You had to.
And it went over great.
Good, as it should. It's a bloomin' onion thing.
It's so funny.
Yeah. You aren't American if you don't like bloomin' onions.
Bloomin' onions. Bloomin' onions.
You heard me.
Nothing says freedom like taking a root vegetable, cutting it into fourths, and then covering it in batter and putting it in a deep fryer.
And upcharging it by 4,000%. And they're selling an onion for probably $10. $10. That is crazy.
And then having explosive diarrhea.
Oh, yeah, man. Hallelujah.
Because, the bloom opens just like your hole does after eating it.
Yeah, you're shouting it out south. That's what you're doing. And it goes the opposite way, too. When you eat a blooming onion and you got diarrhea, it goes counterclockwise. It circles around out that back door.
Not the back door. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. That's fantastic. Mm-hmm. That's great.
Isn't it?
It's beautiful. And the same place I got the flag from, I got a t-shirt, and it's got 2 shrimp on it.
Okay.
And it just says 69.
Oh, no, I've seen that shirt. Yeah. It's great. That shirt is awesome.
It's great. And then he also, we have a mystery shirt. I can't divulge yet. He's not like you. He has like a people's NDA where it's like, hey, if you order this, it's still a mystery. You can't say anything for like a month. So it's like,
all right, fair enough. I might be able to talk about it later.
Might be able to. It's called the Suckin' Mystery Shirt. So
okay,
that's the only hint I'm legally allowed to give.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait. Figure out what that suck off is gonna happen. All right.
But yeah, how was your weekend,
dude? It was awesome. I think it was. What did I do? I went to. Dude, it was tight. I can't remember a goddamn thing. I think I did one. I went to Go Bananas for a show. That was really fun. It was nice. It was Wednesday night, I believe. That was a good one. A lot of fun comics out there. Good crowd. And then I think I did some shit around the house earlier. I got out the power washer.
Oh, it's always the best.
Ooh, that was real good. I was going out back there and I was doing underneath the deck and all that like mold and grime up. Mm-hmm. And I cut a nice juicy hog in there. And it was tight because my wife comes out. I was like, is that a penis? Like, does it look like it? Because that's what I was going for. And then so I tried to get her to like do a video of me, like, because it's like the ASMR stuff, and you zoom out. It's just a big, fucking dick. I didn't know that the neighbors were right, just right over there, right next door. They were doing some gardening. I had no idea, and they heard me talking the whole time about. No, but can you tell it's a dick though? I need to know. I gotta know.
It's not like it's gonna stay forever, It's just a little dirt dick.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little moldy cock. That's all. Pointing north.
Little moldy Mervis.
But yeah, that was pretty good.
That's awesome.
It was really fun. What about you?
I was at the Reds game Friday. Went to the FCC match Saturday. And then at the Reds game again today, Sunday Eve. Yeah.
Lay it on me. How were those matches?
They were awesome. They were great. Watching Spencer Steer just rope one to end extras was incredible.
Dude, man, he's putting up some fucking missiles, like some really memorable shots.
He has elevated his game where he's like, he knows like singles, doubles, yeah. But the way now that he is swinging through the ball with authority.
Yeah.
God damn, it's beautiful.
It's pretty.
Thank you, Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You can have Sonny Gray for one good year. We'll take him for a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we'll talk about the other guy they gave us later. But that was incredible. Hanging out on the Budweiser deck up there.
Yeah.
Such a good time. Just in the heat, getting drunk. It was great. Then Saturday, FCC match, rowdy, draw, and then another huge win today.
Yeah, that's great.
Watching the Slingin' Ginger just shove.
Oh, dude, that man is perfection right now. I love it. He's coming after hitters. He reminds me of that dude from fucking Breaking Bad. Like, not to compare him to that really pale, pasty Nazi, but he has that sort of attitude of just like, man, he's about ready to do something very horrendous right now. But I'm glad he's on our side.
Yeah, I'm so glad that he's killing it lefty.
Exactly,
killing it lefty. Yeah, man, it was great. I'm exhausted because it was just every sporting event I could go to. Great. And then just avoiding Swifties was great too.
Did you encounter like any of the Taylor Swift fans this weekend?
I avoided them like the plague. I treated them like COVID in 2020. 20 feet, masked up, don't come close, no contact, no touching. So that way I couldn't get whatever they have.
Dude, yeah, they were fucking like choked up the downtown. It was all like the very same sort of mold of people. It was all white ladies.
Yep.
White cowboy boots.
Yep.
Some sort of bedazzled sundress pinky situation.
Yep.
And hammered and not paying attention to any of the crosswalks. Those are the Taylor Swift fans that I saw.
Don't forget about the pink cowgirl hats too.
Dude, it was fucking, it was gnarly. It was everywhere. And I was blaring Black Sabbath rolling down 2nd Street. It's like, yeah, you hear that? Sunday, bloody Sunday, whores.
Here's a real Satanist plays.
Yeah.
Because she knows she's a Satanist. So.
Oh, she is. I didn't know if you realized that. It was actually, for her last album, she was taking funding from the Saudi family. Isn't that crazy?
Wait, what?
Yeah, totally. She's fucking, she's in with the Saudis.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
News to me.
Yeah.
She takes that dirty oil money and Satanist. I don't know how Capital One lets this slide.
Exactly, Capital One.
Come on. I thought you were better than that credit card company.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I couldn't, dude. The Swiftie scourge. Oh my, I just kept, so when we were in between, we are now known as regulars. They were like, where's your other blonde friend?
Oh, yeah?
And I was like, he's Swift's not with us tonight, but and I was like, I stepped outside, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm trying to see if I can hear the hate speech."
Oh, from the Taylor Swift stuff.
And they were like, "You're great." And then went in and they played Queens of the Stone Age. I was very happy.
Tight.
It was great. But dude, I mean, look, I get it. Whatever makes you happy makes you happy. Sure.
Yeah.
Go for it. You're not hurting anybody else. But it's just so stupid.
It's bad music.
Imagine you pay at minimum, what, $400 a ticket to sit in the nosebleeds and scream the same song that everybody else is screaming, and you can't even hear her.
Yeah, dude. And I mean, there's so many things I think about, and I have nothing against Taylor Swift. If that's who you are, that's great. But this is a reflection of like the people that you draw in. Like if my favorite artist also attracted 8-year-old children and they related to the lyrics they were singing, I'd question what I'm doing with myself. It's like, someone that has a not fully functioning developed brain has a very similar set of interests that I do creatively.
Yeah, exactly.
And it really feels like with all of her, the errors thing, she feels like a personality cosplay for basic white women.
Yes.
Where it's just like, I'm going to be this lady today. I'm going to be a cowgirl. Then I'm going to wear my hair like this. Like, none of it seems original. But again, I just want to say, do not hate her. Great for you.
Yeah.
Taylor, seriously, if you got any problems, DM me. It's fine.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
She's just a PR flashback.
Exactly.
That's all she is.
Yeah, but I don't hate anything about her. It's just a very peculiar thing that I just cannot, for the life of me, understand.
No, me either. And I'm not going to try because I'm not a 22-year-old woman.
Yeah.
22-year-old white woman. I'm not that. I'm feeling 22. Put a bullet in my brain. Please. I mean, good
Put a
Lord.
22 in my brain.
Dude, it was so... I mean, like, good for the city. Good, it brought all this revenue in. It's whatever. But just, good God. I took an Uber to the ballpark today, and the lady who picked me up was so sweet. And I was like, so, how was dealing with the Swifties? And she went, baby. I have a daughter, and after this weekend, she is no longer allowed to wear pink. That is how much I hate that woman.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, that's what's up. That's what's up. She was like, cowgirl hat, boots, glitter everywhere, annoying.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah,
good for her.
And then she said the same thing 9 different ways. That's how mad she was. When you can really feel it percolate and bubble.
Oh, man, she was in her Eras tour of her irritation.
Irritation tour. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. For sure. Please sue us for me using that. So, yeah, I mean, it's whatever. But I'm glad that we made through it.
Yeah, great for the city.
Great for the city that she would come. Supposedly... A friend sent me this, that Cincinnati was the #1 Airbnb destination in the world because of Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I can see that for an afternoon or evening, whatever it was.
Pop in.
Yeah, great for those fucking people that own properties.
Yeah.
Great for those struggling people in the economy.
Yeah, those landlords who really need a break.
Yeah. Great for them.
Yeah, and the 70,000 people who went in and went to Paycor Stadium to watch a blonde woman drain a goat of its blood.
What a great time to be in Cincinnati.
Oh, boy. Let's talk about something fun.
Yeah? What do you got in mind?
I got the Reds.
Yeah,
I got baseball in my mind.
All right.
Alexis Diaz is an all-star.
Yeah, baby. Fuck yeah, dude. I'm so stoked about that.
Only blown 1 save this year.
Yeah, and it was a very tough one, too. But yeah, he's been fucking nails all year.
So, nails, guys killing it. Well-deserving.
Yeah.
First of many all-star selections.
Absolutely. This is going to be a great first of many for him.
Now, TJ Friel and Spencer Steer got fucked.
Yeah, that's anticipated. It's Cincinnati. We get overlooked all the time. I think it'll just be something for him next year to just where like, hey, yeah, I was missing next year. I mean, I was missing the year before. Yeah. You know?
So yeah, man. Like, There you go.
I got you too.
Solidarity, brother.
It's been a long day.
I'm with you. I am exhausted. I think I've lost 20 pounds from the heat this weekend. Like Redson4 tweeted, Spencer Steer this season, 283, 374, 502, 43 runs, 14 homers, 19 doubles, 2 triples, 9 stolen bases. And then Lawrence Gurriel, nothing against him, but this was the replacement that was called up, someone in the reserves, 270, 322, 491, 35 runs, 13 homers, 19 doubles, 2 triples, 1 stolen base. I'd say those two right there, you just don't put names and you're just like, which one should be an all-star? You're going with Spencer Steer. Yeah,
it's very obvious. It's one of those things where it's just like a marketing situation at this point. You know, it's kind of beyond the control of the players, but I mean, I think they know who's deserving to be at the all-star game.
It's not even close. It's not even close, but he's got purple hair and people are doing the Grimace birthday shake thing on TikTok. So
it's very flashy. It's very easy to get behind. What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do? Bitch about it. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, we're going to bitch about it on a podcast. How about that, you idiots?
You fucking buffoons. Thank you for listening. Or watching. However you do it. But yeah, dude, for real. Like, I think that these are guys who are going to continue to contribute at this level. Nothing's going to change for them. They are extremely disciplined at the plate. TJ Friel, high contact dude who has ran into some. And Spencer Steer has a beautiful swing.
Dude, so great, dude. He just consistently is just behind the ball, drives it out, doing great things. Really excited to watch both of them.
Now, somebody tweeted this out, and they were like, do you think with Steer what affected him is that he's played literally everywhere, first, third, left, like there isn't a real like spot to put him in? And this is my question to you, as I've seen this too. Should there be a utility spot for the all-star team?
I think there should be. I mean, I don't understand like why you wouldn't. If it's about like the all-star at this point is to generate excitement around the sport of baseball, I just think that would just add to it. And Spencer Steer, no matter where he's played, defensively, it hasn't affected him offensively. So I think it's a very strong thing for him. But yeah, absolutely. I'm behind that.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know, the other thing that just came to me with Lourdes Gurriel is this is a contract year for him.
Mm-hmm.
And the reserves are selected by like players and managers. So it's like, hey, he gets an all-star nod, gets a little bump. That could add some money or a year to his free agency contract.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great for him.
Great for him. But, it's just a bummer. And, these are young guys who are going to be around for a while. They're going to be on this team for a while. So it just sucks that they're getting a snub this early and one of your most exciting teams in Major League Baseball, to be honest, America's team. You're not going to throw them a bone?
Yeah, I agree with it. They've been doing a lot of things, getting a lot of eyes over their way, and the All-Star would have been a great way to, show them some respect for that, and it didn't really happen. But, hey, that's what's going to happen.
Nope, it's bullshit.
Yeah, we're both the America's team and the underdogs at the same time. A weird dichotomy, but we're growing on it.
And you know what? Taylor Swift was just here. We're a real place.
Come on, you guys. She tweeted about us.
She put us on Instagram saying that she loves Cincinnati.
She misspelled Cincinnati, but it's fine.
I didn't, but you know what? One thing I didn't see Taylor eat a cheese coney.
No. She did take a shit at a Speedway, though. So that was pretty cool.
That is just as Cincinnati.
Taking a shit at a Speedway with the door open.
Yeah. She looked at Grater's ice cream.
Yeah.
She looked at it.
She was like, what the fuck is that? Blueberry chip? Get the fuck out.
Get it. No, thank you. Only just flavorless smoothies for me. I'm a machine.
Flavorless smoothies and bidets. That's the only thing I intake.
Looking back at the week, the Reds took both of their series this week. Super exciting stuff with day off on Thursday, which they also needed for the bullpen to take a little nap. Brandon Williamson went twice this week. Brandon Williamson in the first game against Baltimore, crazy rainstorm.
Yeah, that was. What are you going to do in that situation? You just can't pitch.
No, you can't do it. It's like it was similar to what what happened to him in 2021. Shit! Before I go any further, I need to make a correction from last week.
Okay. Lay it out.
Ellie De La Cruz, he already went agent shopping. Scott Boras is his agent.
Okay, yeah, we didn't talk about that.
Sorry, quick shift.
Yeah.
Quick shift real quick. It doesn't mean he's not going to stay. I want that to be clear. Boris prefers his agent to go. Jesus Christ. Boris prefers his clients to go to free agency. But if the team deal is if it's very even on both sides, he's fine with it. I mean, we've seen it happen with a handful of players.
Yeah, and that's more of an incentive for us to really get this camaraderie going around this young group of guys, because that would just be, more stuff weighing on the side of Ellie hanging out in Cincinnati, where it's a reality. Believe it or not, New York has a bit of deeper pockets when Cincinnati does. So yeah, hopefully something can generate here before that point comes.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe some people don't want to play baseball in New York. It's hard. It's a big market with aggressive media and aggressive fans.
Yeah, it's not really that fun. There's been a lot of great players that just kind of refused to play in New York, and it had nothing to do with talent.
They still want to do it.
Yeah. Ken Griffey did not want to play in New York at all.
No, well, that was because they kicked Junior out of the clubhouse.
Oh yeah,
yeah. They were like, Ken Griffey was like, "But this is my son. He comes with me everywhere." And they're like, "Nope, no kids in the clubhouse." And then Ken Griffey Jr. said, "From then on, I would rather retire than play for the New York Yankees."
Yeah,
because of how disrespectful they were to my dad.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, how sick is that?
Yeah, that's nice. So, New York Yankees, please be disrespectful to Ellie De La Cruz and Amy's siblings and kids.
Yeah, if he has a kid and he's there, be just so rude.
Yeah, be a fucking snot to him.
Yeah, you don't even get candy.
Yeah, spit at him.
But yeah, Brandon Williamson, there's nothing you can do with that. I felt for the dude, man. It was just buckets.
Dude, there was nothing you could do. No matter who was up there, it just fucking sucked.
It sucked. It was hard. So it's hard when you already have some control issues. And then it's like, oh, also, can you try and do this in a monsoon?
Yeah, can you do this when your fucking eyes are covered in water? You got no grip on a baseball? Dude, that sucks.
And so what was really funny is that Charlie Goldsmith, who works for the Enquirer, tweeted out, said, Brandon Williamson said a few weeks ago that put-away pitches were the next step for him, throwing his best pitch with 2 strikes to finish an at-bat. And then, space, today, 2 strike counts turn into walks. The Orioles get a 2-run single on his 61st pitch. And then Brandon Williamson tweeted out, I don't know if you saw or not, but it was pissing rain. You would have misspelled 6 words in this tweet if you were on the bump in that.
First line, amazing. And the follow-up, way better. It's great. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Fuck off, dude. Yeah, you couldn't have typed any of the shit in the fucking conditions they had to perform in. At the highest level of an athlete has to. Yeah. Dude, it just sucks. It's a no-win situation.
No, it's a no-win for both people. Charlie didn't need to put a fact out there that he was probably holding on to and then fire out something that's happening with no context.
Exactly. There was no context to this situation. If you read this, you have no idea that it was raining as much as what it was.
And now Brandon Williams was just sitting there in the dugout hey, man, I've had enough.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, it wasn't fun for him.
Well, would you do the same thing?
Yeah, I think so. I don't understand. I would fucking totally. Yeah. Someone's bitching at me for my job.
Yeah, some people were saying it was unprofessional on Brandon's part, but
oh, fuck off. It was terrific. Yeah. No, it was very professional. He responded back because that shit will hurt somebody's career. People just out of context throwing stuff out like that. No, it's perfectly within his wheelhouse.
I agree. I totally agree with you, dude. And Williamson bounced back the next day, proving Charlie wrong. Just hey, look, I'm doing this. My 2-strike pitch is getting me out of jams.
Yeah, I had a great follow-up.
He had a killer follow-up. So it's tough to give him any. It's tough. You cut him some slack and you move on. And then next, Andrew Abbott came out and he had a really good outing. 6 innings pitched, 1 run, 2 hits, 3 walks, 8 Ks. And that wasn't even the best one of the week.
I know. We still got another start to talk about here. That's great. I can't wait to get to it.
I don't know if anyone's calling him the slinging ginger, but I'm trying to make it stick.
The ginger piece. I like it.
The ginger piece?
I can do that.
Ginger piece.
We'll figure out something. Ginger something.
Yeah.
Ginger slice.
Ginger slice is fun. Slinging ginger.
The slinging ginger. I like that.
The slinging ginger could be it. But overall, against a really good lineup in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Young lineup stacked with bats. he goes out there and gives you an above quality start.
Yeah, dude, he was tough as nails. It's another thing. We keep saying the same thing about him. He's doing great. He keeps getting better and better incrementally. This is terrific.
Yeah.
And this fucking has no sort of back down. Mm-hmm. He is coming after batters. He doesn't seem to have that sort of recoil. He's just constantly competing.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And I noticed too, like when he gets touched up a little bit and it's like 4th, 5th inning, he bounces back and is even better. He closes his starts better than he opens them.
Yeah, that was something too. I was thinking about today, thinking about him and also Hunter Green and some other like better pitchers that you see in baseball where the further into the game they get, the more comfortable they get with their pitches, the better they seem to get. And Andrew Abbott seems to be like one of those guys.
Oh yeah, 100%, dude. He just shoves. There's no quit. It's all fight. The goddamn ginger bulldog. He gets after it.
Ginger bulldog.
Ginger bulldog.
That's another one up there, dog.
We're going to have a laundry list of goddamn nicknames for this fella. I'll tell you that. Luke Weaver sucks. I mean, we've covered this time and time again. I feel bad saying it because it's like we're talking about this man's livelihood and his job, but he sucks.
Yeah, man, it's not fun. I don't know, dude. Yeah, it sucks.
That first inning was so bad.
Yeah, it's not fun. I get really anxious watching him on the mound, and so hopefully get some more pitchers that are healthy and ready to come and participate with this Reds team.
2 would be great.
Yeah.
2, you got Lodolo and Green coming back beginning of August. We'll get more to that too, but like, man, Luke Weaver's sucking, and it's crazy because the Reds gave him 11 runs.
Yeah.
And 4 1/3, 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 2 Ks. That sounds better than it was because all 4 of those runs were in the first. He calmed down. He started working around them. But it's just like, man, you got to have somebody better than that in that spot. It's just when you look and you think about early August and you think Hunter Green, Nick Lodolo, Andrew Abbott, maybe Graham Ashcraft. We'll get to him in a second. And then there's your 5. Mm-hmm. If you could get rid of Luke Weaver and have somebody else, say maybe a Connor Phillips, that's a really good 5.
Yeah, hopefully they can figure out how to make those numbers a bit more solid and reliable.
Yeah.
Those 4 or 5 starter situations, because right now it's killing me just like every time watching one of these pitchers get up there and it's like I have no idea what's going to happen.
Well, you're like, oh fuck, oh god, all right, he's going to leave a 92 mile an hour fastball right down the middle, or up. When he left that one that was 93 up and just barely inside, I was like, that's going to be smoked.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, well. Shit.
Well, hopefully we can figure out what to do after the All-Star break here, because some of these starts are just we can't continue to have them.
No, you can't. And so what's going to be? I don't know what the lineup's going to look like. I guess we can get to that later. But if you have him throwing against the Nationals, which I think you would, that'd be 5 days. Yeah, he'll be throwing Monday. Yeah, he'll be throwing Monday against the Nationals. Sorry, my buddy texted me if I wanted tickets to see Post Malone. That'd be fun. So, yeah. God, Luke Weaver sucks. But, yeah, sorry. I'm going to move on to Graham Ashcraft.
Okay.
Because I just got distracted so heavily.
That's all right.
I got to turn my texts off on my phone.
I know. You got to move past
laptop.
that.
I'll move
that's
past
in the
it.
past. Let's work on the post now.
We're going to work on the present.
Okay.
How's that sound?
All right.
Graham Ashcraft's back.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
Yeah, it did.
We still got to see one more start from him to see if it's really trending that way. But my goodness, this was a really locked in performance.
Yeah.
And you could tell with him. You could see like when he's just like, yeah, up there. It's like he felt it. And we did too. It was great.
It was so fantastic. And if you look at his, so he went, 6 2/3, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 7 Ks. Look, he only threw a sinker once and it was all cutters and sliders. But when you look at the chart, he's dotting inside, he's dotting outside, he's working low, he's working high, he's clearly going in with more of a game plan, and it's starting to work, and it kind of goes with what I said, where it was all a mental game with him.
Yeah, I think so too. He had a lot more confidence in his stuff, and he just had these 3 pitches. I mean, essentially 2, but he's throwing them with a lot more conviction. I think he's just focusing more in quadrants and just trying to get the feel back for his pitches. And this start was definitely the Ashcraft that we're familiar with.
He's tunneling in the right spots, and what's nice is you see that with all the bunching within the with low and inside and high and away. So, dude. That if we get him back, then you're kind of looking at what you need to get starting pitching wise for a consistent run.
For sure. And I was saying with that start, if Graham Ashcraft has a dominant start, that versus the Reds winning, him having a positive outing is a lot more beneficial thing because they can secure up essentially that rotation. So that was an amazing thing to see from Graham Ashcraft.
Yeah. The less you have to fix, the better. And we'll find out in the next couple of weeks too. We'll really get a feel for it. And Brandon Williamson on Saturday, 5 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Extremely serviceable.
That was amazing. That was a really great outing.
Huge outing.
It wasn't extremely dominant, but it was still far more than serviceable. It was very needed.
Yeah, and when you're looking at these 2 guys who have been kind of struggling, well, Ashcraft 1,000% struggling, Williamson struggling with just control, and they're going out there and they're doing this against a stacked lineup. I'm throwing the record out. When you're looking at a 3-game series and you have to face Tatis, Machado, Bogarts, that's gross.
Yeah, that's difficult. Even if they're in a more of a down year, that is a very challenging lineup to have to pitch through.
Yeah, and it looks like their weakness might be lefties, but dude, huge to have him back, and it wasn't raining.
Yeah, and look what he did.
Look what he did. He pitched and he did the stuff he said he was going to do. A lot of high inside, a lot of outside fastballs, a lot of curveballs, and a lot of sliders and cutters, the bottom of the zone, which means he's baiting. He's going in there too with another game plan, knows what he has, and he's confident.
Yeah, it seems like they're being a lot more consistent with the game plan that they have. And this was, I believe, the second of 3 starts where the pitcher was leaving the mound and had to kind of doff and acknowledge the crowd for how well they had done. So that they answered the call, at least from the audience standpoint. It's just a small notable thing, but it's also I think important.
No, but it is important. And when you're saying when you've got this together and then you are doing this consistently, and it's you're building momentum to be hey, look, I put this start together, and then it's all right, what about my next one? And it's okay, we're going to keep building, we're going to keep doing this, and we're going to make this game plan work. And if you start to get figured out, make your adjustments, whatever that may be. But the fact is, if you can get this consistently out of those 2, your bullpen is back to where it was. Yeah. An above average bullpen that is full of stoppers and that isn't worn the fuck out.
Yeah, that's where we need to be.
That's exact. And Andrew Abbott gave that again today. Good God, 7 2/3, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 12 Ks, 1 dinger to Ha-Sung Kim that exploded off of his back.
Yeah, that was a great hit. And also, he could have probably easily gotten that last time. Not easily, but I thought he could have had a shot to get that last one. But yeah, whatever. It's almost 8 innings. That's incredible. And comparing it to what has been going on with the Reds starting pitching from this point, that's one of the high water marks I think we've seen.
Yeah, totally agreed. I mean, that is, maybe the closest would be Hunter Green, where he had, he pitched 6 innings, no hits, 12 Ks, but he only could get through 6 because his pitch count got so high.
Right.
But this might be the performance of the year from a Red starting pitcher.
And it came off the heels of a few other great performances that we're talking about, to where, it's cutting down on the negative stuff of not having eating up too many innings from the bullpen. The starting pitching is going longer. So they're answering the call.
Yeah, thank God, dude. Thank fucking God. It's just so much of a relief for the relievers.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah. And it just changes this club dynamic entirely, because then, like we were saying, this forms more camaraderie, and it's they're gonna keep pushing each other and be like, do you think you can top that? What I just did? Fuck you, motherfucker! Come on, let's go.
I just saw that when Graham Ashcraft was greeting. Was it Luke Weaver? No, it was Williamson. I think he was greeting in the dugout
with the hug.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's a friendly competition thing.
Yeah,
so it's super fun watching that, and you can see like that on TV very clearly.
Yeah, exactly. And so when they're feeling good and they're in it, and they're not sitting at the edge of the bench in the dugout being like, I'm the problem, or fuck, it's me. Sue me, Taylor. And 22. So yeah, dude, like massive game changer. And then they're more in on it, and you just don't have guys in the clubhouse like, if it wasn't for this motherfucker, it wouldn't be as bad.
Yeah, they're all in it together, so they feel very much simpatico. So it's nice.
Yeah. The bullpen was a lot stronger this week. You got a lot of guys with zeros in the earned run category, including Fernando Cruz. I'm glad to say he doesn't suck anymore.
Yeah, he's definitely elevated his game, so that's been very critical, especially this past week for sure.
And dude, poor Alec Mills. What a bummer.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. The sacrificial lamb.
He gets out, but gets a job again, gets called up from AAA, and they're like, all right, go out and give up a bunch of runs. Mm-hmm. Can you just give up like 5-6 runs real quick?
Can do.
He's like, I got you. I'll give you some length. Poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
Salazar got set back down. He wasn't too strong, but Fernando Cruz, Lucas Sims outside of the home run today. Those stats aren't fully updated, so they're not on my sheet. But Fernando Cruz, Daniel Duarte, Alex Young didn't give up runs. Alexis Diaz gave up 2. Ian Jabot gave up 2. And then you've got a bunch of guys in the bottom here. Jake Wong, Salazar, Alec Mills, and your biggest guy, Buck Farmer, had a tough week. But he hasn't had a week like this all year.
Yeah, exactly. You can see like definitely his bullpen is getting stressed. And we do really want to get to this all-star break to give him a little bit of a time off, because it's just you're seeing the fatigue set in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And someone brought up the point. It's like Alexis Diaz is going to the All-Star game. He needs a break, and I'm like, it's just he's one. He will throw one inning.
Yeah,
he'll be fine.
He'll survive. It'll be healthy for him to throw an inning.
One inning, and then he has 2 days off, while everybody else has a bunch of time off. It's fine. Gives him enough time to reset. But I expect Buck Farmer to have a much better run this week and have a little bit of a bounce back. And now that Derek Law's back, I mean,
that's great.
You've got one of your guys back that takes up the Wong spot, the Salazar spot, and the Alec Mills spot.
Yeah, much needed to have him back. That is very huge.
It's huge. And he's a guy, so like Luke Weaver got lit up in the first, right? And then he kind of cruised the rest of the innings. Kind of makes you think you could have him do what he did earlier in the season and have Derek Law be an opener.
True.
And then you could have Luke Weaver 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe, if he doesn't suck. But just a thought.
Yeah, then when Blake Lively gets healthier and he can go from the starting position to like maybe that middle relief.
Yes, and then there's another guy you can check off there, because you basically have 3 rotating spots in your bullpen that are your Louisville to Cincy to Louisville guys. Mm-hmm. And you won't have to do that if you've got some consistency and your real horses back.
Right. Horsebacks.
Look
at horsebacks. Hey, is there any beers in that beer cooler?
I think so.
Hey, grab me one.
Oh, you got it. You want here you go. I'm going to give you a Juicy Truth.
Oh, juicy up, baby.
I'm going to steal one of these waters.
Oh, please.
A little hydration break.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
Dude, you had a long one.
It was, dude, at the FCC match, it was so hot that they had to have 2 hydration breaks. So they had a little stoppage time, let them get some water, soak it up, all that good stuff.
That's why I hate soccer. They have to drink water.
They got to keep it going. So yeah, this bullpen's only getting stronger, and then maybe you make a move for a guy who complements Lucas Sims, like we've been saying for weeks. So,
and it's not going to be a Aroldis Chapman because he just got dealt. Did we talk about that last week?
What?
Aroldis Chapman.
We got dealt?
No, he got traded.
Aroldis Chapman did?
Yeah.
To who?
He got traded to the Rangers, Texas.
What? How did I miss this?
Yeah, no, it happened 3 days ago, something like that.
No.
Yeah, so Chapman's out of the conversation.
Wow. How did I miss this?
But, we'll see what else can percolate towards the Reds' way. But, yeah, he's one of the names that's off the list.
Son of a bitch.
I mean, it would have been interesting. But, yeah, there's definitely still a lot of names out there. So hopefully the Reds can get some bullpen help as well as a starting pitcher. But, yeah, Chapman is off that list now.
Son of a bitch. Who do they get in return?
I don't know.
I'm trying to find it here. God, I hate ESPN. They don't tell you.
They maybe fired the person that updates their website.
Yeah, probably. I can't believe they fired Susie Colbert. She's been there 30 years.
There's so many people, and they had what's the one tits dude that always has that the cutoffs?
With the tits, always has the cutoff.
He always has oh my god, it's like PTMS. It's Patrick something.
Oh, Pat McAfee.
I think that's it. PMS.
Yeah, now he's on the ESPN.
Yeah.
Remember when he recorded an hour comedy special?
No, I don't. Thank God.
He did it at what used to the comedy club formerly known as Morty's.
Oh, Jesus.
Cole Reagans, and 25-year-old starting pitcher, and Ronnie Cabrera, 17-year-old outfielder. Huh. Well, shit. That sucks. That's a bummer.
Yeah, well, hopefully something will happen here in the next week or so where the Reds can add to their arms.
Yeah, there's going to be enough. There's Scott Barlow, who is the closer for the Royals, that will be available. So there's going to be some bullpen arms available. Or there were people talking this week about the Reds trading for Lance Lynn.
I mean, if he's a guy that can get us, to the seventh inning, I'll take anyone that get us to the seventh inning at this point.
Yeah, and that's not normal baseball thing anymore. Is the seventh, but what it is 6 in the third, get you there, get you a quality start.
True. So, I think with the way the Red season's been going now, is just to save innings that the bullpen doesn't have to eat up.
Right. Because
they are very, obviously, I think, worn out at this point.
Yeah.
And we've seen Alexis Diaz perform a little bit below what we're familiar with. So anything to help what is going on with that situation, I'm for.
Man. I'm still so bummed. I wanted him so bad.
It would have been interesting.
I wanted him to come back. I wanted him to live in Northern Kentucky. I wanted him to go into a garage, start firing off his gun. I wanted
really fun domestic disputes again.
That would have been great.
Come back to Cincy.
Come on, we miss you and your 9mm.
Yeah, we have very lax laws over here.
Will Benson had a great week. Will Benson. 533, 733. When you're on base that much, pretty freaking rad.
Dude, it's great. He's relaxed at the plate. I mean, he still has that kind of almost tight grip on the bat when he's up there, but he still manages to be really zen and has a great feel for the zone.
Yeah.
And he's doing great. I'm so thrilled to watch how he's matured in the past. It's been like a month. He's done. It's great. This is one of the really fun stories within the Reds organization.
Yeah, and look, we talked shit early, but you know what? It turned out that he needed to just get a little mental tune-up. It worked. He's made an adjustment, and he's back up here. He's always had the tools. So really glad to hear that. Rake Fraley had a very good week. And Tyler Stevenson, the hero from today, his bat turned on this week, 357, 438, 571, with a weighted run created plus of 169.
Getting it done.
16 plate appearances. Got 2 so 17 plate appearances with 2 home runs.
He's fun watching, dude. I love seeing a dude in the majors that can still sit back on a ball and take it the opposite way.
God, he's so good. When he's confident, I think his shoulder is feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
It's when he can turn it on, he's a premier hitter at his position.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
And so we already covered Spencer Steer. Matt McClain was okay. TJ Friel was okay. Both were batting .261, but Matt McClain with a .320 on base, TJ Friel with a .292 on base. So
Matt McClain keeps doing great stuff, man.
McClain and Friel, what they both did, they each had 2 homers this week.
Yeah. So at really opportune times. I mean, Matt McClain had that one with his 2 outs. Was it bottom of the 10th, I think?
Yeah. Smoked it. Yeah. And Spencer Steer had the walk-off on Friday.
Oh, it was great. Dude. That was so fun. It was exciting. You were at that game.
I was at that game, and that was after that bullshit call with Ellie sliding into home.
Yeah, I don't fully understand that one. I know there's some different rules when it comes to there being an infield hit or a ball that's grounded into the infield as far as the catcher goes with blocking.
Yeah.
But it did seem very evident to me with the new rules that I thought that was a blocking violation, but I'm not sure of the semantics of it all. But it was very strange. But didn't matter when you got Spencer Steer fucking clocking it behind him.
Yeah, if they would have lost, this whole episode would have been about that.
Yeah.
And instead, baseball does need to figure that out because there was another call with Rangers Tigers earlier in the week. But it's just the way that he was blocking the plate, the foot was there. He's basically, he could have given him a lane to run in, but he really didn't because that still is mostly blocking the plate, and he did have to go around, and he ended up going over to touch. That's a block. That's a blocking violation. So whatever. Thank God. But baseball does need to fucking figure that out.
Yeah, we're splitting hairs, but when you got all these, calls you can overturn, reviews, it's something that needs to be figured out. But yeah, that could have been a very detrimental call. But fortunately, we didn't get in that situation.
And and now it's like one of the only highlights from Ellie this week after being called NL Player of the Week. 174, 217, and a weighted runs created plus of -7. Yikes.
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be these ups and downs, and he's still learning. And
it's Taylor Swift on the TV.
Oh, I thought you were saying like the fucking, yeah. We're all these personalities. Look it up. You can be whichever one. But yeah. I don't remember the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah, we're talking about the Reds and how Ellie...
You're right. We were talking about the Reds.
We're talking about the Reds. Oh, and Ellie Taylor Cruz. There's going to be these peaks, and there's going to be these valleys.
Yeah.
And he's being thrown the least amount of fastballs out of any player in baseball now.
Yeah, that's true. And beyond all that, I'm really curious to see how Ellie's going to do like next year. I know we're very focused on what's happening currently in the Reds organization, but seeing how these players are going to pan out and adjust to what's happening, because this is the first time Ellie has seen consistent, solid breaking pitches, great sliders, and stuff that isn't, I mean, in AAA is really good stuff, but it's a lot of fastballs, and you're not getting the snap on the breaking stuff that you're seeing in the majors. So this is a very much a learning experience for him, and he's doing really good. But man, everybody is really doing their darndest to make sure he's not getting anything to hit.
Let's see if we can give him a low changeup, and then we'll see if we can get the slider to break low and outside, and anything to get him away. But then you also don't want to put him on.
Oh, for sure.
Because then chaos ensues.
Yeah, he's such a fast dude, so they keep trying to slow the game down more than what it should be from his standpoint. So I have full confidence he's going to figure it out. I'm not worried about it. But, it's just something – it's just a very peculiar thing, just watching how people are dealing with this phenom.
Yeah. And then, you know what? Overall, still, Reds rookies lead all of Major League Baseball in hits, RBIs, and they're second in OPS.
Yeah.
That's what they do. And what you bring up with what you said with Matt McClain, hitters that went 280, 18 plus, 3 plus, 18 plus, 3 plus in June, Shohei Ohtani, Fernando Tatis Jr., Ronald Acuna Jr., Jose Ramirez, Mookie Betts, and Corbin Carroll. Oh, and one more. Matt McClain, dude.
Isn't that something?
Thanks, Eric Cross, for that one. Look, we can talk about the amazing stuff Ellie does and the peak in the valleys. But the thing is, Matt McClain's more consistent.
Absolutely, dude. He's so good at it. I love watching his plate discipline. I love seeing him come through in clutch moments. This is a solid baseball player.
He's so fucking good.
And he had a great defensive play today. He makes a lot of good defensive plays, but one that he had up the middle where even getting to the ball was very challenging, and he just flipped it with his glove to India and got the out to end the inning.
Yeah,
that was incredible.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
and that's what's even crazier is like his defense is it's plus, but like he's better at second. So imagine him with less room to work with in not as tough defensive spot. Like he's going to be an elite second baseman for years to come.
Yeah, I really hope they put him at second.
And another thing the Reds are elite at, and this is from Codified Baseball, is stealing bases. In the month of June, the Reds stole 50 bases. And second, 31 Houston.
It's wild. I know. I'm curious to see how next month is going to go because, cat's out of the bag at this point. The Reds are trying to push runs. They're forcing teams to make plays. This is the style of ball they've been trying to press the entire season so far, and everyone's going to start to take notice.
I think this is something that started to happen at the beginning of last year with the fire sale. Just people were hurt. Because you saw it in that first series against Atlanta where, like, Jake Fraley stole second, like immediately. You were like, what the hell? A bunch of dudes were already just taking off and going. And they were, people that you were excited to have on the team, sort of. But you're still really hurt. But like, I feel like they were starting to do this last year, really started to be aggressive. And then they brought in Cowgill to do first base. And the mentality shifted even more, knowing that they had McLean coming up with all this speed, Ellie coming up with all this speed. Fraley already had that speed. Friel was showing that speed second half of last year. So you had a lot of guys who you're like, okay, we can do this. And India was already fast. That's all you need right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that conversation came from about how to pursue like the identity of this ball club, the hustle that they have. It's been percolating throughout this entire season so far. That's great. I'm not sure if that's coming from the players, from management, whatever it is. That seems to be like a very that's the game plan. Is we're going to try and beat you any way possible. We're going to make you make plays.
Yeah, and I think it's a top-down thing from when they started drafting athletes and trading for these athletes during the fire sale last year.
Yeah.
I think it's a conscious effort to be like, hey, the game is going to shift this way, and they were just a little bit ahead of it, Because, you saw this coming when they did the larger bases in AAA. You saw it with them, making the shift rules different across the board. So, like, in the minors. So it's like, this was coming. It's going to be here in the bigs. Let's be on the forefront of it. And I'm glad to say that the Reds did that.
Yeah, so when the more true athletes are on the field now, and that's really paying dividends for the Reds this season.
Yeah. Now for the not so fun stuff. Jonathan India has sucked this month.
Dude.
I'm sorry to say it. He has not been very good this month. Over this month, Jonathan India, 202, 294, 365. The month of June. Look, 5 home runs, 17 ribbies is good enough. But, like, he's 202, 294 with a weighted run created plus of 76. That's not a 3-hole hitter.
No. And the thing is, we can have a big conversation about this, but a small microcosm of all this Jonathan India stuff. Pretty much everyone in Cincinnati really loves Jonathan India. We think he's a great baseball player.
Yeah.
He's a leader. He's doing tremendous things for this organization. However, right now, the 3-hole, him being there is not benefiting the team.
Nope.
And I really feel that, hindsight, it really pays off. But I really think they should have left him in the 1 hole. I think he was great at leading off. However, now I really would appreciate Jonathan India. Maybe he would talk, to fucking David Bell and say, like, hey, listen, dude, I need to drop down a bit here because it's either you're going to offend Jonathan India by moving him down, or you're going to lessen your chance of winning the division by leaving with a 3-hole. It's too critical of a situation to let him not have the production that he needs to have.
I couldn't agree with you more there, partner. If you're going to have someone in that 3-hole, you need to have someone in there who might be leading all rookies in RBIs, and that would be Spencer Steer.
Yeah, that's who it should be.
It should be Steer, and you start lefty, you go lefty, righty, and then you go another righty again. That's fine, and then you go Ellie. I mean, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of contact and a lot of power.
Yeah, all those people have been very productive. When you look at going from TJ Friel, Burp, Matt McClain, and then Spencer Steer.
Did you say burp?
Yeah, one was going to come out. It was a little bit off.
Did you say burp?
I said burp.
You said burp.
That'll come out later.
It'll come out
we'll edit that in post.
Yeah, sure. What is this wee thing? You had a mouse in your pocket?
Yeah, we edit stuff all the time here. But no, I mean, it's way too critical of a position to have India in when he's not producing. We love Jonathan India. He's a great player. I'm not sure what's going on in between his ears, but it seems very much he's putting way more than the weight of the team on his shoulders here. And he's trying to do so much.
Yep.
Put him in the 6 hole. Let him figure it out there. But there's been way too many opportunities where the Reds could have cashed in on some runs when Jonathan India just slammed the ball into the dirt.
Can I throw something your way?
Please.
Dylan Cease for Jonathan India. Okay. And I'll also give you Christian Roa. And I'm also going to throw in Austin Hendricks.
Okay.
That is a problem fixer. That's someone who is going into arbitration. You already have a second baseman in Matt McClain who should be playing there every day.
I'd say on paper, that is a phenomenal deal that I would take. However, I will say that Jonathan India is the de facto captain of this team. So I think if you extract him from what's going on currently, I just think that's going to send these ripples that's going to not have as good of a payoff as what the trade, you'd feel it would. And I don't think India is out of the realm of trading. I just feel he's so much intertwined into the culture of this team that it's very difficult to take him out and not find a void, even though if you replace him with equally weighted talent.
Sure. Fair enough. I'll give you that. But man, it'd be fucking cool to get someone who's really good.
It would be really fucking cool. I hear you, but it'd be fucking cool.
It'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, I just really want him to talk to the coaches. Like, hey, look, I'm not doing well. You guys don't need to do this for me, because it seems like it's very much internal within his ears. Sure. Like, hey, I'm worried about getting traded. I'm worried about all this stuff. And they're like, hey, we need you. We'll put you in the 3 hole. You're good. Yeah. And then they're just like, I don't know. I don't want to tell them. Do you? That's just what it feels like. It feels like someone has to be a fucking manager or the captain of the team and say, look, Spencer Steer, somebody else could be up there as opposed to me. That's what I was waiting on.
Oh yeah, there's the burp.
Yeah, but I mean, it's gonna lose multiple games if it hasn't already.
Yeah. Yeah, man, he is the captain. I get that. It will change the dynamic, but I don't know. He's not going to be extended here. I don't know. You're right. Leader guy. You need that. But I think there's also there's a passing of the baton that is happening between McClain, Ellie, and whatever. But all that aside, I think you're right. And there's more creative ways to do this, or you look for someone who isn't going to cost you as much. So here's another very awkward conversation. Joey Votto went 0 for 15 this week. I think that's right. 0 for 15 is what I have here.
Yeah, I think something like that.
It's man, it's not good.
No, just based upon visuals, it seems like he is tired and just in a different game right now. I don't know what's going on, but he definitely doesn't seem like the player that he was when he first came back up. So,
so wait, he only went up. I think he went up twice and struck out twice. So he's 0 for 17 today.
Yeah. He hasn't looked really good.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know what to do either. I mean, it's only been a week. It's only been, 2 weeks since he's been back.
Small sample size.
Extremely small sample theater. But how much longer? Like, what happens this week, dude? What happens if he goes out there and he stinks it up again?
I don't know, because there is some people in the minors that are beating on the back door. There is definitely some people that we have on the bench that can come up. So I know we've said this a lot. These are good problems to have. But when you're dealing with actual people and actual jobs, it becomes a little bit tricky.
Yeah.
And I have full confidence that Joey will, in his capacity, figure out how to rebound, but it's one of those things where he's not a spry young dude anymore. No. But hopefully he'll have a little bit more of productivity before the break, and then hopefully the break will bring him to a bit more energy. Yeah, because he just looks like he's just behind.
Dude, he
everything.
Looks lost.
Yeah,
he looks like he's just getting fooled. Like, I love him. He's a Hall of Famer. He's one of my favorite baseball players of all time.
Same.
But, man, when you've got CES who just hit his 18th home run, yikes. That's a guy that you're like, man, that's an upgrade at that position, albeit you don't know truly what you're getting because he hasn't played up to the pros yet. But what we are seeing is power that we would love to have in the 5, 6, 7 holes.
I agree with you. There's going to be a lot of questions that need to be answered here shortly after the break, and we'll see what they can add to the fucking team here.
Yeah, we got back. We already talked about Derek Law coming back. Eduardo Salazar's option at AAA. Alec Mills now working on his LinkedIn profile. TJ Antone threw off the mound. How about that?
That's progress.
That's huge progress. TJ Antone, he will be throwing live batting practice to hitters on July 8th, and we'll do that program until the 19th. Then after that, they will give him a rehab assignment date, and then after that, he's going to be back in the big leagues.
That's great.
He could be another guy that comes up and is in your bullpen in August.
Yeah, that could be another late arm that they add to the bullpen. Another thing that's just like there's so many different like variables that can pop in the Reds team here in the later months. So that is thrilling.
It's huge.
Yeah.
Lively resumed a throwing program, so we don't know. They early mid-July, so he could be back soon too.
That would be really big.
Another bullpen arm, because at this point, the way that Williamson's pitching, I'm leaving him there after the last 2 starts.
I think so too. Lively is, I really respect what he's done. I think he's a great competitor. I think his position is going to be a bullpen arm, and I think he's going to succeed in that spot.
I do too. Hunter Green, early August. Confirm that. He will begin a rehab process. It'll take 4 to 6 weeks. About strengthening his core and working on how not to stress out them hips.
Got to work on them hips, dog.
Hip them hip.
Work on them hip flexors.
Yep. Casey Ligma nuts. He's, who knows?
We don't know.
We still don't know. Lodolo out of the boot. Out of the boot. That's huge. On July 30th, he's going to head to Goodyear and start his throwing program. He could be back in August.
Has he thrown it at all? Like, has he been doing any?
He can't do shit. He's in a boot.
I know. I was not sure if they're doing like any upper body stuff. It's just, god damn it. It's so frustrating.
Here's an interesting one. Vladimir Gutierrez. Expected to face hitters in live batting practice for the first time on July 25th.
That's pretty cool.
Begin a rehab assignment on August 4th. He was another guy that was solid out of the pen.
Let's fast forward, just like hypothetically, fast forward to like another month from now.
Yeah.
And you got about 4 or 5 arms that all of a sudden just open up for the Reds. Oof.
I know.
How good does that feel?
It feels good, but here's my thing. With TJ Antone, this is his 3rd Tommy John. That's not something you just easily bounce back from. I believe in him. I love the dude, but that's not like a guarantee. Vladdy G coming back from TJ, that's not like another thing you can bank on. So, and with Lodolo, with a stress reaction in his leg, like, who knows? And who knows with Hunter Green's hip stuff. So this is all like, we're all banking on hope and hope they can return to form when they get back. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't it be nice to have like a guaranteed thing?
All very exciting, folks. What's going to happen here? Oh, coming down to the wire.
But it'd be nice to have something where you're like, you trade for it, you bring it in, you're like, I know this motherfucker is giving me 6 innings. He's giving me 4 hits, 1, 2 runs. 2 walks, 7 Ks.
Yeah, some like talent that's been like confirmed. Like this is a solid person, and they aren't injured.
Yeah.
So yeah,
a known quantity. And that is what you would get from a Max Scherzer, who said is willing to waive his trade clause. That's something you would get from. Like I said, Lance Lynn, Dylan Cease, like these guys, and whatever else could open up.
How much would Max Scherzer? What would his contract cost?
$43 million this year. A lot of the money would probably have to be deferred to the Mets.
Yeah.
So you can realistically pay him 16, 17 million for the rest of the year, and then next year's a player option.
Okay.
So which means say that Brett's going to run. He's productive. They're in the playoffs. They're looking great. Max Scherzer's going to be like, yeah, I'll come back and pitch here for one more year. Mm-hmm. This is what I feel is my best shot to win a World Series. It could happen.
Yeah. That would be pretty tight.
It would be really cool. So it could happen. Who knows? Justin Dunn, he's targeted to have his first live batting practice versus hitters on August 8th, with a rehab assignment expected on August 22nd. Mm-hmm. So he's always hurt. So who knows? And Tony Santillan is still in AAA. So they said he could be activated by the first week of July. So he could be up with us on this road trip that we're going into with a 4 spat against the Nationals and 3 at the Brewers. And then you go into the home run derby and the All-Star game.
Oh, baby. That would be great if you came in and we had a nice little run at the very end. Put ourselves a few games up above, secure ourselves in first. That'd be pretty nice.
Well, here's also the crazy thing with that, too. So then we have the All-Star game. You got the All-Star break. So that Wednesday and Thursday, which I don't know what I'm going to do without baseball.
I have no idea.
What are we gonna do?
I'll just stare at the sun. I could do that. We could burn out our retinas.
That'd be, you know what? And then, you know what? And then just be like, then we just can imagine baseball, and it happens all the time in our brain.
Yeah. We're gonna cycle.
Then you have that break, which we're going to be staring into the sun, followed by a home stretch that is interesting and potentially brutal.
You're talking about all the times we're playing the Brewers, aren't you?
Uh-huh. So you're following that with 3 at home against the Brewers, 4 at home against the Giants, who are playing good baseball, and a young surging team with 3 at home against the Diamondbacks. Look, I've said that the schedule is tough, and I've said it before, like, man, this is make or break with, Atlanta, San Diego. This is the stretch where you're like figuring out, we're contenders. Let's get some distance, or fuck, we're now 3.5, 4 games behind the Brewers.
Yeah, I think this will be the part of the series or of the season where people are looking at the Reds like, are you serious or not? Because there is just people understand about the young players, the success that they're having right now. And I think once the All-Star break comes up here, when a lot more conversations are had about them, are going to percolate up here, and they got some very critical series.
Yeah. Guess what, motherfucker? Playoff baseball starts there. It starts on July 7th.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is crazy to say that we are in July and we are talking about the Reds contending, which is unreal and pretty awesome. And then just to finish out the month, just because we're here, and then you got 3 at Milwaukee again, and I think you're done playing them for the year.
That's wild.
And then 3 at the Dodgers, and then you go out to Wrigley for the 31st first and second.
Yeah, some really big games coming up. So,
Huge.
I mean, dude, oh my goodness, I'm so stoked for this month.
Dude, I'm so horned.
My nips are hard.
I'm gonna blow. So yeah, let's round third ahead roll. What you got there, bud?
I got shows.
Oh yeah.
I got. I'll be featuring at Go Bananas 6th to the 9th.
Nice.
I'll be in Detroit the 29th. There's some other shows going on, but yeah, I'll update you later. But what do you got?
July 11th, I will be at the one and only Go. But wait. The contest is on Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
Tuesdays.
So yeah, July 11th, I will be at Go Bananas Comedy Club competing in the Funniest Person in Cincinnati contest, which I've already won in my heart. You know what I mean? That's it.
You've brought it home.
Yeah, I'll bring it home. And so there's that and other stuff that I don't remember the dates for.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Thank you for watching, listening, however you're digesting this beautiful content about our Cincinnati Redlegs. Thank you to Sports Drink for being the network that lets us do this. Thank you to InTheClutch.com. Get all of your sick Ellie De La Cruz, Joey Votto, Reds players tees like this one. You can get there. Use the promo code NASTYBOYS. All caps, 10% off. And thank you, buddy.
Oh, yeah, baby. Had a great time.
Mm-hmm. So, as always, go Redlegs.
You're welcome, Taylor Swift.